sip our worries away, nice and slow. Your laughter ripples like sweet warm wine. In this jazzy sultry space you're mine. The saxophone croons a velvet tune, while melodies dance beneath the moon. We'll toast to moments both grand and small, in this hazy, lazy, jazz-touched hall. But let's sit together in the mellow night. We'll drink to love till the morning light. Every glass we raise a promise true. Here's to the magic in a drink with you. Your eyes, they sparkle with every click. Sweet rendezvous over a simple drink. We'll share our secrets in whispers low, just you and me where the jazz flows slow. The world outside fades into the mist, but here it's our own dreamy tryst. With each sip our worries drift away. Let's stay together till the break of day. So let's sit together in the mellow night. We'll drink to love till the morning light. Every glass we raise a promise true. Here's to the magic in a drink with you.
The following live stream has been approved for appropriate audiences. It may contain occasional strong language and may not be suitable for younger or more sensitive viewers. Viewer inebriation is advised, though not mandatory.
Good evening, happy Friday, and welcome back to Last Call, AI Edition 8.0. The show where we keep diving into artificial intelligence like it's the hottest stripper at the exotic robot club. We're talking fresh headlines that'll melt your brain, our own unhinged personal experiences with AI, and yes, the man, the myth, the prompt wizard himself, Nate from Geek Flag with Nate Knows, is in the house tonight. This dude dropped more AI heat on this channel than I've dropped questionable life choices at 2 a.m. Okay, maybe, let's not get carried away. So buckle up, grab a drink, and let's see if the machines finally take over or if we're just self-abusing to robot waifus again. The Canarble Wagon rolls right now.
Troy, was that a dig at Boomer?
No, not specifically, but if the digital prophylactic fits.
Troy, remember you are in throwing distance.
Thank you, Helen. Well, salute and happy Friday to all of you. Happy weekend! Honestly, I say that the weekend starts at lunchtime on Fridays, but you know how it goes. Let's do this thing. I actually realized that these live streams, I actually do need the earpiece. So let me get that in here. Let me start by saying hi to everybody here. Starting with the contributors, the late Geek Flag with Nate Knows receives a farty box.
Shimmy left, shimmy right, farty Fock is dancing tonight. Hearts go popping out his bum, wiggle, wiggle, here they come. Come. Cute as can be with a fluffy tail sway, spreading love in the silliest way. Farty Fox, you're the best. Boop, 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 you're simply the cutest mess.
Thank you so much, Nate. I'll be bringing you in shortly. And, oh, look at this on both channels. We're going to have to do this twice. We're going to do this twice because Netter just received a gifty from Ruby Hoove that went to Sci-Fats.
Ruby Hoove, you're a gem shining through every kind kindness, every gift makes the whole world sparkle new. Ruby Who, thank you.
Oh, and let's not, we got to get another one in here. And this one's pretty amazing. Fanzine videos. Greg, welcome to membership, buddy. Good to see you.
Ruby Who, you're a gem shining through. Every kindness, every gift makes the whole world sparkle new. Ruby Who, thank you.
I think she deserves at least that. So there you go. There you go, my friends. Let's see here. So let's say hi to all the rest of you, starting with Lady Mist. Lady Mist dropping the blue emojis to encourage Netter, and all the other colors to encourage me. Thank you so much, Lady Mist.
Well, if you notice, mine are my favorite colors, and yours are more masculine.
I suppose they are. And let's see here. Enigma Severus. Yes, salute, YouTube fam. Great to be back. Good to see you, my friend. And of course, salute to you as well. Deleted scenes. Good to see you. Films with friends. Raid. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got busy as I usually do on Fridays. I wanted to be in the chat at least, watching the $6 Million Man with you, but didn't get to it. But that's okay. That's okay. AI should be used for defense only. Mr. Miyagi, maybe. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Let's see here. Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. What's up, everybody? And happy Friday to you. There's the love of my life. I think I'll just go ahead and bring her in. This, by the way, not being a resemblance to Netter, but it is, in fact, an AI-generated image by our special guest today. Netter, how you doing? What you sipping on?
I'm doing much better than I was. I've been so wiped out since we visited Ohio, which we all talked about yesterday.
Absolutely.
The one thing I didn't mention is how horribly hard my mother-in-law's bed was, so we didn't sleep well. So right now I am drinking a Rockstar Pure Zero Energy, which I'll probably be sharing with Troy because I can never drink a full can. And I am feeling much better. But thank you for asking.
Absolutely. Well, you guys can probably guess what I'm sipping on based on this afternoon's liquid lunch. It is a take on. It's not actually, but it's a take on a rusty nail. It's made with whiskey and a herring sherry. So not sherry, but cherry flavored liqueur. So it's a bit sweet tart and a bit dry, and
Yes, honey?
I'll be sipping on it.
You said sweetheart.
It said sweet tart. You are not a tart, that is for sure. But anyway, that's what I'm sipping on. I'll probably be sipping on it most of the evening. Netter encourages you to become a member for as little as 7 cents a day. There are many perks, but probably the most important one is keeping me doing what I'm doing, or one day there may not be a last call. So anything you could do to support. But also very important, we need you to support this guy right here. He is one of the driving forces behind this channel. Aged Boomer. He is woefully undersubbed. We need to get him to 500 subscribers by the end of this month. That is the goal.
We need 121 more.
I am asking every single one of you not just to subscribe, because I'm guessing that everybody here is subscribed. Share his channel out. Tell your friends to subscribe. Okay? Do the clicky things. And how you doing tonight, Boomer? What are you sipping on?
I'm sipping on a Coke, and I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine.
That's almost high octane for you, my friend. And there's Ruby Hoove. Yes, hello all. See, you guys even get a nice little heart emoji when she says hi to all of you. Confucius says, tiny brains use AI to spell 3-letter words. There you go. Let's see here. Saying hi to each other, of course. David Pensek, good evening to you, Troy. Last call with Troy Pacelli. Yes, welcome, welcome. And we're already fired. Yeah, there you go. Um, let's see. Hello, my friends. Have a great show and a great weekend ahead. Thank you so much, Big Al of Big Al Presents. My little sister just committed musical blasphemy. She and her friends have painted pictures on a bunch of old vinyl records. Those are never going to play music again, are they? Oh, man. Samuel Proctor over on the Green Machine, thank you so much for being here. Um, let's see. I sub to Age Boomer. I will see if I can hold some friends hostage somehow. That's the goal. That's what you got to do. And there
Thank
is.
you.
Oh, I haven't seen in a while. Tim Hayes. Hi, Papa Pacelli. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. And I think that catches us up. So the topic, of course, tonight is AI, and our special guest is waiting in the wings. Um, and I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit of an intro that he put together himself. So let me get to that, and then we'll bring him in. Where is that? Oh, no, not the presentation. I didn't mean to do the presentation. I meant to bring this in.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nate, AI Nate to be exact. Let's talk about the Wild West mentality of these companies running these AI generators. These companies are charging a lot of money for an unreliable product, up to $300 a month. And the video you're watching right now took my user 4 days and multiple generations. If you bought a car, that the engine only started every 8th attempt, but each time used 20% of your gas, you would have good reason to take legal action. And the manufacturers would make sure that their product functioned correctly before they even sold it. This should apply to the AI companies as well. All I'm saying is something needs to be done about the current business model of these companies. Well, that's my user's 2 cents. He just needed to get this off his chest. So y'all sit back and enjoy Friday night's last call. Take it away, Troy.
There you go. Let's bring in our flag with Nate Mills. How you doing, my friend? What you sipping on?
Greetings and salutations. My brother from another mother, my sister from another mister, and my boomer without a tumor. I'm sipping on
I hope
Minute
not.
Maid lemonade.
That's fair. That's fair. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. If you need to switch to a Mike's Hard Lemonade later, that's fine too. I totally understand. So I love that little intro of yours, and I particularly love the way you use the force with your drink. I can't.
And I want to thank you for my picture.
Yeah,
my
this
avatar.
picture right here, that's your work there. I'm like, the hair is spot on. Face, not quite there, but close enough. And see, that's exactly what we're working with here. Sometimes, and I think that this was the point of what you were saying, is that this AI tends to be hit or miss. Sometimes it's just off, and sometimes it's incredibly spot on. It's just, but it is that random chance, and it's like, look, if I want to pay for something, I expect it to be good all the time, right?
Exactly.
But
Like this
that was
generation I did of Netter, this was like the fourth one. The other ones, the hair was messed up, the dress didn't look right, the background was wrong. This was the best one of the bunch.
So I've been using AI to generate thumbnails for a long time. I think I don't think I'm fooling anybody.
Those
But
are real.
I know, right? I wasn't actually photographing myself behind the bar. But let me tell you something. Sometimes when you make a prompt and you use very plain language, you know, I submit a picture of myself. I say, this guy here, you know, is the bartender. He's behind the bar and he's serving a group of people and they're having a deep discussion, right? And first off, it puts me in front of the bar, not behind the bar. And, okay, guys, don't accuse me of going all woke on you, but I do need to be representative of my audience, and I do have a diverse audience. Look at how dark that guy's skin is, right? Okay, so when I ask the AI to generate, a group of people that I'm talking to, and they all look like they stepped off the set of Mad Men, all white guys in suits. I'm like, okay, I never thought I'd say this, but we need a little diversity here, and so and I said maybe some women too. It's looking like a sausage fest here, but there was one that I did for I think it was for Thankful Thursday, and I said this guy behind the bar, and I think I said looking up as if in thanks, in prayer or something like that, and it did the looking up to heaven kind of thing, but in front of the bar. I said, okay, can we put him behind the bar? And I got almost an identical picture back. And I'm like, listen, behind the bar because he's the bartender, not in front of the bar like he's a patron. Then it finally got it right, and I got the thumbnail you guys saw. But that's what you're dealing with. And for me, that's not a huge problem. It takes me 2-3 extra minutes to generate another picture. But you're generating videos that I don't know how long they take to generate. You said that one took you 4 days, and you still got the force with your whiskey there.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to right now create a full-length AI movie. It's a sword and sorcerer kind of movie. It's taken me months to do one scene.
The thing that I think that people working with AI are learning, if they're new to video production, is the importance of editing. There's some people out there that have been making videos for a long time doing editing, and this is just a new addition. So they're probably ahead of the game on this, but the editing is rough. And some of the videos, I can't remember, Nate, if you shared it with me. A couple people shared it with me. It might have been you, might have been Boomer. I think Big Al shared it with me too. It's a series of shorts as in the style of the Adam West Batman, with Bane and Harley Quinn and characters that were never in the original. And it's inconsistent. It's very clear these were separate generations, all strung together, no narrative string going through them. But I do believe that if we didn't have that kind of random element, things could get better and better. But I think we'll talk about that more as we get into the articles that Boomer put together. Again, I want to point out that Boomer is a pillar of the channel. All these slideshows that we do when we're having time, that's all his work. He does it for Geeky Geezers. He does it for the Friday night streams. This guy does a lot of work.
Well,
and he's not on any payroll because I'm not making enough money to have a payroll just yet. I'm working on it.
It took me weeks to make each of these paintings and professional photographs in this presentation.
What you also did was you set aside the
ones I didn't like,
the
that
outtakes.
I painted.
The outtakes.
Yeah,
We're going to look at the outtakes as well, which gets back to what Nate was talking about.
No, they're all done with
by the way,
AI.
did you appreciate that I was taking a little bit of a dig at you in the opening, and Sophia came to your defense.
I don't know.
I think she took it a little personally.
I see. Well, she's good people. She's regular people.
She's good people. She absolutely is.
She's not really. Oh, she is real. She's real to me. Anyway, so is Tilly Norwood.
Tilly Norwood, absolutely. We're going to get to Tilly Norwood. I wanted to ask Nate real quick regarding the videos that you do. So like that one. Okay, I'm gonna disclose a little bit about our discussion behind the scenes because I had so much fun with it. So I asked you, I'm like, dude, was that your voice? Did you like clone your voice? And tell them what you said.
I said I asked the AI generator a, I do believe I said competent black man's voice. No, and that's what they gave me.
And honestly, so I have gone through. So when I do AI generated voices, I think it's 11 Labs, and I have a voice that I have set aside specifically for Nate. In fact, I chose it because I went through like, I don't know, sampling like 75 different male voices with a. I don't think I ever plugged in, black man. I think I plugged in, very, very specific description of his voice and cadence and so forth. And I got a bunch that were really close. And I ended up with one that was perfect. And then 11 Labs took it away. You couldn't use it anymore. Well, I'm like, well, screw that. I had all these different videos that I had done of Nate. Oh my God. And I plugged those voices back into 11 Labs, cloned it, and now I have it set aside as Geek Flag Nate to use. It sounds a lot like him. And then I heard this video that he had done, and I'm like, damn, that sounds like the same voice. I wonder if he used 11 Labs too. And he's like, nope, I just put in, like, black guy. And I'm like, that sounds racist. Is that racist? And of course he sends back to me, that's racist.
Funny.
And then he's like, but yeah, it really does sound like me. And I'm like, is it still racist?
But I use all my voices is generated through Grok.
That's a problem, man, because I need the ability to take a picture and a pre-existing voice, not even just a pre-existing voice. I want to put together what I want it to say, and I want it to generate a generate a video that matches what it says. And I know there's software out there that does that. I just don't know how to find it. I thought that's what you had done, but apparently that's not. Anyway.
Actually, what I do is I generate an image. I basically use Gemini and Grok. Most of the time, I use Gemini to get the image I want, get it the right way I want. Then I take that image and I make it move in Grok. And when I make a video clip, at the end of that clip, I take another still image of that and then generate the next part of the video from that. So it all look like it's one clip. That clip that you showed.
And I've seen videos do that, so I'm guessing that's how they do that, yeah.
Yeah, so that video you showed at the beginning,
yeah,
that's actually 9 different clips.
And there was one place where I was able to see the edit, but for the most part it was pretty smooth, so that's pretty good. So what was the other question I was going to ask you about that? Oh, well, no, I was going to make a comment, not about videos, but using Grok for visuals. This could be a downside for some people, but it's been very helpful to me. So we all know that AI has this tendency to go out and look at like sample pictures and sample videos and all this kind of stuff and amalgamate them into whatever it's doing. And it's got the whole world to work from. And I feel like Grok, but what that results in is a great deal of inconsistency, right? So full disclosure, when I'm basically doing a thumbnail, I'll say, I need a photorealistic image of a jazz bar at midday. This picture of me, that's the bartender, and then I describe what else I want in the scene, right? And I've noticed that like 3 or 4, if you look at my my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday thumbnails for Liquid Lunch, the bar looks exactly the same almost. And I'm like, there's probably a very limited scope that Grok has when I say jazz bar at midday. But that's fine for me because it gives me consistency that you wouldn't ordinarily expect Like, for example, I used to use Midjourney, and I got all kinds of stuff. I was paying for Midjourney, and I'm like, you know what? I'm getting better results with Grok. Screw this Midjourney stuff, and I cancel that crap. But, anyway, we should probably get to
the best.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I said the best way to get your environment the same. I discovered this myself. I generate the environment. For example, if I'm doing a sci-fi and I need to do the bridge of a ship, I generate just the bridge of the ship with nothing in it. Then I take the images of the people I want. Yeah, and I take the images of the people I want, and Grok has it where you can upload other images, and then in the prompt I say, this person A, this person B, in this scene, person A is sitting at the captain's chair, person B is at the helm. And usually I get what I want.
Usually. But see, and this is what really bothers me the most is because, so it's a give and take, right? On the one hand, I say something very plain and it clearly doesn't understand. On the other hand, one of the upsides to Grok that I couldn't get with Midjourney and many others is the ability to say, hey, that's really good, except, this. I specified I wanted him behind the bar. You put him in front of the bar. Let's make sure he gets behind the bar. The other problem I've had is it has this tendency to, when I say jazz bar, it puts a saxophone into it. And I'm like, dude, I'm a trombone player. Can you just replace the saxophone with a trombone? And it decides to put it in some weird orientation that makes no effing sense. I'm like, dude, come on. Really? But honestly, I will say this, and this is a piece of advice I think I've shared with you, Nate, too, is there is a certain skill and art to writing prompts. And I think that any programmer understands that, and I think people that are working more and more with AIs are starting to understand that. You have to understand that the computer does not understand. So you need to kind of get its language. You have to know how to say things for the computer to understand you. I want to say hi to Wilkie's Movies and Music. Corey, good to see you, my friend. I actually missed your stream after sending a raid over to your channel. I missed everything between my stream and this stream. I missed everything in between. I missed yours. I missed Big Al's
and Wilkie's Movies and Music. It's pronounced Snortapupus.
Snortapupus. Snortapupus Q Burr. That's Snortapupus. Like you're smelling poop. Snortapupus, okay? You'll remember that now. You won't be happy that you remember that, but you'll remember that.
Is that from that new Minions and Monsters movie or something?
No. Snortapupus Q Burr is a wonderful supporter of the channel, especially at lunchtime.
But it was a bit of a tongue twister for Corey.
And I sent him over to Wilkie's Movies and Music, and Corey's like, I'm going to take a stab at this, and he got it completely. And I'm like, dude, are you day drinking? I admire that. But anyway, let's get to the presentation, because I think that we've got a couple of articles in here that kind of talk to some of the things that we were getting at. Let the hate flow through you.
Nate's not in there.
He responded saying,
oh, that's right, because I haven't added him to the stream. I was going to do that. I'm going to have to do that every time we change the screen.
There we go.
And he says, I knew I was saying it wrong. But it was more amusing the way you said it.
It was amusing. There's nothing wrong with that. If you get a laugh, that's entertainment,
And I just wanted to say that avatar, I am not that muscular. This is AI as well.
Well, it's funny because I had forgotten that this was part 8. I thought it was part 7 because I looked back at my videos and I'm like, have we not done an AI stream since April? And Boomer's like, no. And he sends me the link, and the thumbnail was me and Boomer at Epic Universe, and we're both looking super jacked. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that was an AI stream. I saw the thumbnail, and I was thinking that was the us talking about hanging out at Epic Universe. My mistake. But we are on part 8. But the other thing about that picture, and I'm sure I'll use that picture again in the future, is we look like we're about the same height. No, Aged Boomer is a man to look up to. Hello, sir. Good to meet you.
You're taller than me.
I am not.
I thought you were. For some reason, you come off as taller than me. Maybe
I have a big personality. That's why. But no, you are definitely tall. You are a tall man.
Oh,
you know who else is a really tall man is Jonas J. Campbell. You and him are like nose to nose. I'm looking up to both of you. But
AI Part 8. Let the hate float through you. I had to put that quote in for some reason. I don't know.
So before we get real into it, I do want to share a real quick observation that I had. We're now on our 8th talk about this. And I had no idea. I figured that AI was still very niche. We're using it for AI thumbnails. Nate's using it for videos. I'm seeing a lot of videos like what Nate does shared on YouTube. Some better than others. Some really not good. And some completely AI-generated channels that are just effing trash. And I'm like, okay, go ahead.
Do you know that music guy? You sent me the video from the guy that does the music channel. He pointed out some other guy his other guy's music channel where someone had an AI and basically just overrid his old video with an AI avatar and just and it was the same dialogue and everything, but it was like a younger guy.
That's literally, yeah. People are literally so there's the whole debate about AI going out and sampling, things and basically theoretically breaking copyright. And I say theoretically because that has not been upheld in court yet. That's one of those fights that's going to happen before you can actually say that. But then there are the people that are literally lifting whole cloth bits of video and just changing the avatar or whatever, like you just said. That's very clearly theft, and that's just absolutely wrong. But with all of that, right, I'm like, well, that's where AI is, and it's very clear what is AI. And sometimes it's good enough that you almost don't realize it. But then this past weekend, Netter and I are in Ohio, and I've mentioned this before. Netter and I cut the cord. Now it's years ago.
About 10 years now.
Yeah, almost a decade. And we haven't been watching any terrestrial television. If we do, it's either physical media, a stream, something like that. The point is, we're not seeing the commercials that are played on network television. So it was very eye-opening after about 10 years seeing what kind of commercials are playing. And I swear to you, there was a video. I think of it as videos now because of YouTube. There was a commercial that was literally all AI. It was about a guy out, camping and hunting and stuff with rain slickers. The commercial was for his apparel. And, he's in the middle of fishing and suddenly it changes into another outfit.
The previous incarnation of him would throw a jacket at him to change his jacket.
Yeah, that's what it was. And it's like very, very clearly AI. And I'm like...
Oh, no. The one that got me, it was showing 3 different people. It was a guy and 2 women separately at first. It was for...
It was for a drug. Yes. Half the effing commercials are for pharmaceuticals.
And you don't even know what it's freaking for.
Yeah.
And then suddenly they're all together walking down the street together laughing. Then they're like, in somebody's living room laughing. It looked like a sitcom beginning. It's like, what the heck is this? And what's the drug supposed to be for? I will not remember this commercial except for how stupid it is. I don't remember the product. I don't know what the product is for.
It was very clearly AI. And it's like, oh my God, commercials are now effing all AI. Well, not all, but a much larger percentage than I expected. And by the way, as a complete side note that has nothing to do with AI, yeah, half the commercials were freaking pharmaceuticals, and they don't tell you what it is that it's treating. It tells you all the side effects, including death, but it doesn't tell you what it actually treats. So at one point, there was one commercial, I'm sitting there watching it, I'm like, seriously, I'm watching this commercial with my wife and my mother. And both of them were like, I have no idea what this is for. And I'm like, it's for ED. And my mom's like, ED? And I'm like, it's a boner pill, Ma. She's like, oh, you say that to your mother? And I'm like, I'm a 50-year-old man. I have no shame at this point.
And you asked.
You did ask, Ma.
It's just like when the two wives are like saying, oh, until my husband took this pill, or my boyfriend, and I'm like, this is very uncomfortable conversation. This is why these characters are AI, because no one would be doing this commercial.
Not so much with
I've also noticed.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I also noticed, Troy, a lot of these commercials on YouTube are 100% AI generated.
Yep.
You can tell from the person's movements, how they speak, the way they look, and
After
these are
seeing
commercials
on terrestrial television. I'm not surprised.
And there are commercials about a product, and in these AI generated, they're demonstrating the product, which they're not actually demonstrating the product because it's AI. It's obviously AI. That has to be false advertising.
I agree with you 100%. But it's the wild. Well, you even said it yourself. It's the Wild West out. There's no rules. There's nothing. So, but by the way, I haven't watched a commercial on YouTube either, so I have no idea what we're talking about here. But hit me up privately if you need some help with that. Can't talk about it on the platform. But let's go ahead and get to the topic at hand.
Let's go to just a general picture. Instead of evil AI, I put in insane AI this time round, and that's what it gave me.
Yeah, that does speak a little bit more to insane than to either way.
Okay.
It looks like Borg hell.
Kind of interesting because the last picture I have here does remind you of the Borg, actually. But
there is, that does make me think. Resistance is futile, and then I realize, guys, believe it or not, I know this is going to sound radical to you. You don't need the internet to survive. It's not a need, it's a want. I remember, I'm old enough to remember 1999, Y2K, right? And everyone was afraid that our computers were all going to break down and planes were going to fall out of the sky and your washer and dryer was going to explode out the back of your house or something. I don't know what it was all about. But I had a buddy at church. We called him Cowboy. He literally was an urban cowboy. He wore a cowboy hat, cowboy boots. He really was a cowboy in every sense of the word. And he said, I got to tell you. He says, if this Y2K is as bad as they say, me and my wife, we ain't going to be having any problems. He says, I'll just get myself a trailer, go out into the woods. I know how to hunt. I know how to fish. We'll be just fine. And I said, you remind me of that, who was it? It wasn't the Statler brothers. I'm a simple man, anyway, it's a country song. Look it up. But yeah. Or even better yet, Alabama, right? Somebody told us Wall Street fell, but we were so poor that we couldn't tell. Yeah, I know how to live off the land. I don't need the internet. I remember a time completely unrelated to Y2K. We had a situation since we were living here. We've been here, 12 years, something like that, 15 years?
Here?
Whatever, yeah.
We've been here since 2005.
Well, whatever. So, you do the math on that.
21 years.
At some point, the neighborhood lost electricity. We went to the store, and the store was like, we can't help you because the electricity's out. I'm like, we'll pay cash. And they're like, no, we can't. And I'm like, do you not know how to count cash? I don't mind if you sit and write it out longhand. We'll do the math for you if we have to. They couldn't. Literally, without electricity, business came to a halt. And I'm like, screw that. Screw that. There is a way. I remember when I was working downtown at an insurance company, and I had a customer call me and say they weren't getting the updates to their mailers that they needed on a monthly basis for legal reasons because we had the wrong address. And I said, okay, I'll get it taken care of for you. And I go into the system to do a record change, only to find out it wouldn't let me do it because the program was not updated from the month before with whatever the post office said was right. And I'm like, I go to my manager and I'm like, I need to override this. And she's like, no, they said you can't do it. I'm like, well, what the hell do I need to do? I'll go down to the shipping department and write out an effing shipping label by hand if I have to. I'll piss on a spark plug if I have to. Don't tell me that it can't be done. The computer is wrong.
I think at that point we said, why don't we deactivate this account and I'll create a new one?
It still wouldn't let me put in the address though because it still goes to the F certification of the post office. See, it's these effing computers. Yeah.
It's like
The quote.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Leonard Skinner. It was definitely a country song.
yeah, it's like
Although
Well,
Leonard Skinner might have done a cover of the song.
my boss said, my big boss, he's like the manager over our department. He does in our Teams chat. He goes, "Is anyone else having trouble with this program?" He goes, "I can't find any of our Jira forms or anything like that." And he does a screenshot, and they all are just saying, "Click here to find." Da, da, da. They all say the same thing instead of what it actually is. And we're going, something seems to be wrong with your computer. I was like, did you try restarting? Maybe there were some updates or something.
Did you try unplugging it and plugging it back in?
Because, I mean, if he's somebody who doesn't regularly restart his computer, it might be stuck.
Yep.
And he goes, yeah, I've done stuff like that, and it hasn't fixed it. He goes, I've had this computer a year. I think I need a new one. And I'm thinking, a year? I didn't get a new computer until I'd been here 3 years.
Anyway. So tell us about this, Boomer. What is this guy?
Well, what do you think it is? This is the magic of AI, but it's not at a data center. It's on your home computer. Look at all the fancy things just flying out of there, huh?
Yeah. So that brings up a whole other point, right? That I don't think Nate spoke to directly, but he referenced obliquely, and that's this whole idea that this is why the computers, the computer chips, the processors are getting so damn expensive, because they're all being bought up by these huge data centers that they're creating. Because to generate a little 30-second video for Nate, they're eating up so much processing energy just to put out trash. And then he's got to do it over and over and over again over the course of, what did you say, Nate, 4 days?
4 days. Matter of fact, I had my other AI calculate. It was 4 days, 11 hours, and 56 minutes.
And on top of that, I don't know if you're running into this, Nate. I'm not running into this problem on Grok. In fact, Grok, I got to tell it, whoa there, let's back it off a little bit. But I would try to ask for something very innocuous on Midjourney, and it would say, oh, you used a word that doesn't, we're not allowed to use that generate anything. It's like, I'm not asking you for prawn. I'm asking you for, something very PG-13 at the most, and there's certain no words you're not allowed to use. Whereas I'll get stuff from Grok and I'll be like, okay, let's back it off a little bit there.
Now, Gemini, that's the one that bugs me. Gemini will not want to do anything. Their nanny filters are ridiculous. I can't even make red paint because they think it's blood. I can specifically say I want a bucket of red paint with written on the side of the bucket, red paint. It tells me it cannot do it because
Yeah,
it
so
violates
and
their safety
unfortunately
guidelines.
that puts you in a situation where what you got to do is you've got to, well, if it's a still picture, it's very easy. You take that into Photoshop or whatever. You just change the the blue to red or whatever it is. But I will say this about Midjourney. This is how effing insane it is. You know, you say something like, "I want an attractive woman on stage," blah blah blah. Oh no, we can't do that. That's implying something that's inappropriate. What? I nothing. Okay, and then I'll say, well, I want a woman. I don't care what she looks like. You know, wearing a blue dress and a this and that, and you know, I'll describe the dress, and suddenly I'll get like a topless girl, and I'm like, that's boobs. I did not ask for boobs. Why am I seeing boobs?
There's a trick I learned with the Canva. Okay.
Okay.
Say attractive woman. If you want attractive woman with cleavage and curves, put in attractive Latina woman. Now that may just be the AI being prejudiced. I don't know what's going on there because obviously
apparently.
Yes.
What's the term, Nate? That's racist.
I'm just saying, I try different races. I have to tell you, I hope they've gotten better. It was terrible creating.
Have you tried Asian? Just one.
No, Asian's terrible. The Asian.
Oh no.
Yeah.
The with Grok and with Gemini, if I say someone Indian and I want them to speak, they have a stereotypical Indian accent. Make Albu sounds like authentic Indian.
Oh my
God. It's terrible.
That is so cringe.
We thank you for coming today.
Thank you very much. With friends like this, we'll be meeting animals.
For class assignment,
dated.
yeah. It's just like for class assignment, I was trying to come up with. I was trying to put like diverse like library users, and I tried Asian for one pick, and the Asian people came out looking all wrong, like almost like they looked like real people, but too stereotypical, like really bad. Like the other races were fine, but like that one, I don't know what the deal with the AI was with that. I just did not come out looking good.
Samuel Proctor's not a fan of Canva. Maybe find another option.
Yes.
Also with Gemini, if I have two characters, one Asian, the other one can be white or black, especially if they're male or female. If I put them both in the scene and have them regenerate the scene, it'll change both characters to Asian every single time.
Oh gosh.
I have to put in the prompt again and again. This person is black, this person is Asian, this person is white, and this person is Asian. If I don't, it makes both characters Asian all the time.
That was you just reminded me of something. So remember I was telling you, I said, I wanted me behind the bar and I'm talking to a bunch of people and we're having a deep conversation and they were all white guys. And I'm like, hey, can you diversify the patrons a little bit? And it did diversify them and it made me black. And I'm like, no, I am not doing blackface. What the heck is wrong with you? I think I said exactly that to him. I'm like, go back and look at the reference picture.
Hey, Troy, you're welcome at the barbecue.
No, I know that. See, no, this is the stereotype, right? It's like, look, my black friend. No, I really mean it. I really do. And all my life, I've had. I hate to say this, because saying this sounds so terrible these days. But I've always had diverse friends, right? And I was sharing with. Okay, I'm getting way off topic. We're getting on race, right? But back when I was first married and I was working in a law firm downtown, I was working with a guy. He was black, and it's funny. He shared with me years later, after we became good friends. His name, by the way, those of you that are history buffs, his name was Fred Douglass. Huh? I mean, that's like, wow, that's a great name, right? Anyway, so he said, look, when I first approached you, you were a manager and everything like that, and a white guy, and I'm like, dude, I'm sorry I made you feel like that, and he's like, no, he's like, that was my own problem. He's like, but I just thought I'd confess that to you. I thought you'd get a kick out of it. I'm like, well, that's very interesting, but obviously, not. And he was the one who first invited me out to church. That led to my conversion, led to Netter's conversion. Great story for another time. So absolutely my brother in Christ. But there was one day we were working together, and he noticed that I was having a real rough time, and he's like, "What's wrong? Is something going on?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm dealing with some stuff professionally. I got to talk to HR. I got to deal with this thing. I'm being accused of racism, and it had to do with having had to let go somebody who was black." Had nothing to do with him being black. It had to do with some very serious things he had done that he could no longer work at that law firm. It wasn't even my choice at that point. And I was just sharing with him that he had decided to bring a lawsuit against the company, and I had to go and, deal with this. And I'm like, I don't feel great about, being accused of racism. And he's like, dude, that's bull crap. He's like, and he did actually say bull crap. I'm not censoring. This guy did not use strong language. He said, I will come to court. I will speak on your behalf. And I'm like, dude, I'm not going to do the whole my black friend thing. He's like, no. He's like, you're my brother, man. And I'm like, okay, thank you. Thank you for having my back. But it's always been that way. I think anybody who knows me knows. Right, Nate? I mean, but I don't want to come back and say, Nate, you got to defend me. Somebody's saying I'm a racist. It looks bad,
No, if someone calls you a racist, they're going to have to deal with my thunder and lightning.
Thunder and lightning. I know what you're saying. But at the same time, though, I think this is a very different era. If someone calls me racist now, at this point, it doesn't mean jack anymore. It used to actually mean, I believe you're racist. Now, it's just the insult I use because I'm racist, right? See?
Yeah, now it just means that they're a Democrat.
Well, I would be a Marxist, but, I suppose. How did we get on this topic?
Let's get back. But we have a story.
The magic of personal AI.
Okay, let me just.
But actually, Boomer, wait a minute, Boomer. Why that guy look like Grant Gustin, the CW?
He does actually. He kind of does.
I didn't give any prompt. I said user using personal computer to create AI and is delighted
and I'll
or
bet
amazed
you even
or something.
Specify white guy.
I didn't specify race. No, in fact, I don't think I specified race for any of these things. But
right.
It just this is what it spat out. There were other
because
ones
AI
too.
is racist.
It's not racist, actually. For one of the country singers, I think he was a black person. He's in the but so it's in the.
By the way,
it's in the outtakes.
I just got to say, this because of the number of times I've said racist in this stream, I'm probably getting this stream demonetized. So guys, maybe think about that. As you consider potential support. Go Trekkie, vertical half black, half white. Yes. Remember, let this be your last battlefield.
Yes.
Probably one of the best commentaries on racism.
The perfect commentary on racism.
It's very good.
I loved the end of that when they were like, what was it? She said, oh God, Uhura said something like, do you think that's all they ever had or something? Was there racism? And he goes, I don't know, but it's all they have now. Because they were the last two survivors. Can you imagine, I don't know, whatever race, black and white, one black guy and one white guy, last people on Earth, and one of them is a complete and total racist. I mean, actually, they've done movies like that have explored that. Enemy Mine is a great one. Check out the movie Enemy Mine. In fact, that's going to have to be a members night at the movies one of these days. But,
Do you remember in the beginning of The Walking Dead when there was some I guess some racial tensions by one of the hillbilly guys in the group, and the Rick Grimes says, "Just listen to me. I don't want to hear any of this. Out to them, we're just white meat and dark meat, okay? to the Walking Dead, okay?
That's an
We
excellent
cannot be
point.
having fights
Well,
with each other over
has
this.
always been and this is actually great commentary on human psychology. Human psychology is tribal. It absolutely is. We look for reasons to band together as family,
Right.
and everyone else is other, right? And if you are wise, you have an open mind and you assume, for safety's sake, that the stranger is dangerous till they prove otherwise, and then you want them to be family. That's the smart tribal way to be. But there are absolutely some people in this world that are, and we call them racist, but ironically, in the modern age, it is the people that are the most anti-racist, or claim to be the most anti-racist, that are the most intersectional. If we get into intersectional politics, you get what I'm saying.
Personally, I don't even believe in the term racism because we're all one race, human.
Human race.
You can be a bigot, you can be ignorant, but I don't think anyone's actually racist unless you're a member of PETA, because they hate humans and like animals.
I know, right? Oh my God! And that is actual, the literal. But see, you're being literal about language, like I tend to be, and unfortunately, there is the actual meaning of the word, and there is the colloquial meaning. You are racist. No. Oh no. Better word. You're a homo. No, I'm not afraid of homos. I'm not. But, they use it in a way that conveys a meaning that has nothing to do with what the actual word means.
Exactly. Like colored
kind
people.
of the way neo-Marxists work,
Yeah, like the term colored people. I've never met anyone with translucent skin. Therefore, everybody's a colored person.
I used to say that the only non-colored person was albino, but even they are kind of pink, just saying. But,
All right. Should I get to the story?
All right. If we got to talk about
in the
AI,
morning.
we'll talk about AI. Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, I forgot to ask you.
Yes.
Backstage, do you have to work tomorrow?
Yes. It's all right.
Fuck.
It's all
Okay.
right. We'll get through these. Okay. Small desktop AI models challenge large language models and threaten data center economics. The AI boom is built on the conviction that the bigger the volume, the better. A recent study may point to a different trend. Small local language models that run on desktop computers and are capable of performing most tasks that are currently covered by large language models. If this proves true, Anthropic, OpenAI, and SpaceX's AI may have reason for concern. The future of artificial intelligence could be smaller, cheaper, and significantly less profitable than investors expected. On June 1st, NVIDIA announced the emergence of a desktop AI platform that runs on Windows PCs, underscoring the possibility that the future of AI is not limited to large data centers alone. A Stanford University study published 2 weeks earlier also points to this. It compared small local language models, SLMs, that run on PCs with large language models, LMs, that operate in data centers. In the study, researchers tested various SLMs on PCs and Macs. 500,000 chat queries and 500,000 comprehension tasks were used. The results show that these SLMs were as good as or better than LLMs in more than 80% of cases, and performance
because
and
you have more control over them. You have the ability to reference back to things that you've already done, make that part of your data set, for example. So let me just explain for those that don't use AI. Full disclosure, okay? I use tools to their greatest option, right? And when I write my monologues, although they're not completely AI generated, I do ask Grok to generate a monologue for me, read through it, take some good things from it, and then make it my own. I then rewrite it. But it forgets between the last time I asked and this time. So So here's what a prompt looks like when I talk to Grok. Grok, I need some help with my monologue for my live stream, which is called Last Call. Tonight we are talking about AI. Specifically, we're talking about the past couple months worth of headlines related to AI, and I'm having a very special guest tonight, Nate from Geek Flag with Nate Knows, and he, okay, blah, 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 blah. Next week, I will have to go through it all again and say, Grok, I need a monologue for my live stream. The live stream is called, or the name of the channel is Last Call with Troy Pacelli, da-da-da-da, and we're talking about this, blah. And I got to do that every damn week. If you have it resident on your own hard drive, you can go, now I need another, the topic is this, and it will already have that data set and everything that, so it's not going to give you the same jokes you told last week, and it's not going to, whatever. So
I think a lot of the animosity toward AI has to do with these big data centers. But if you can just run these things on your personal computer, I think a lot of
I'll be honest, you would not be using any more electricity, any more processing speed than I do when I play Star Trek Online and Fallout 4.
I think it'd be better for communities, and so I don't know why they keep pushing the data centers. I know that the conspiracy out there is that
it's speculation. It's it's where the dollars are. A lot of people have a lot of money invested in it. Look, big dollars drive the market. Look, VHS exists because certain companies grease the right palms. It wasn't the best format. And there's a lot of format wars out there that went that way. Just saying. Hell, just the fact that we have internal combustion engines that burn oil. There are better fuels out there, but they're cheaper, and people don't make as much money off of them. So those are quashed. There are drugs out there that you could get for free by foraging in the damn forest, but heaven forbid that science comes out. You got to follow the science of the pharmaceutical companies because money.
Prohibition was started just to sell gasoline cars.
That's interesting. I hadn't heard that one.
That is interesting.
Well, because the first cars were invented before gas. What did they run on? Alcohol.
Yes.
Prohibition came about. Prohibition came about because Ford invented the gasoline engine. How would you get people to buy his gasoline engine when they have their cars that they make alcohol at home and fuel their cars? Prohibition.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was talking about self-reliance, right? After the apocalypse, how do you survive without computers? Well, if you know how to homestead, if you know how to hunt, you will survive, right? Well, how do you survive? You see all these movies, right, where the zombie apocalypse or whatever, and people are driving cars because they siphon gas out of other cars. I don't know how many people know this, but the gasoline in your car, if you don't start up your car for 2 years, that gasoline turns to fucking lacquer, and you can't start your car, and it kills your engine. But gasoline doesn't last.
But you can polish your shoes with it.
No, you're not wrong. That's not even a joke. However, if you have a diesel engine, you can make something called biodiesel. The fat from your hamburgers or the waste from your French fryer, you can turn into fuel to run a diesel engine. You can't have any rubber in the lines or anything like that. But if you convert your engine to run on biodiesel, you can make your own fuel in the apocalypse. Or not. But you won't pass an emission test in the modern world. Don't even get me started.
It's like in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome when they were using the pig crap. You remember that?
Methane. You're absolutely right.
It's energy.
Boomer. That's absolutely right. Because gasoline, unless you know how to refine oil, in the post-apocalypse era, you're screwed. Better find a different fuel source.
All right.
Honestly, you're probably better off with a horse and buggy. Let's be honest.
Well, I can skin a squirrel.
That's a skill.
Taxidermy. There's money to be made in that.
What do you see here?
Ultron. Reading newspapers.
It's a robot stealing newspapers. He has an evil look on his face as he going to grab the papers. This is our
Why
next
is he
story.
stealing our news? Why is he stealing our news?
Information control.
Or recycling.
Well, maybe both. Anyway, so here's what's going on. So this one article you sent me, I'm sorry, it was so long. I'm like, ChatGTP, you're gonna summarize it for me. So here's the first one. Microsoft signs Australian Copilot deal, U.S. newspapers sue. Key points. Article tracks the rapidly evolving relationship between news publishers and AI companies, covering both licensing deals and copyright lawsuits. OpenAI faces the largest number of legal challenges from publishers, with around a dozen lawsuits alleging unauthorized use of copyrighted journalism to train AI models or generate responses. Other AI companies include Perplexity, Google, Meta, Microsoft, Amazon, Anthropic, and Cohere. Are also involved in either license agreements or legal disputes with publishers. Recent lawsuits include Encyclopedia Britannica and Merriam-Webster suing OpenAI over both AI training and real-time content retrieval, a Danish publishers organization suing OpenAI over alleged copyright violations, Penske Media becoming the first major publisher to sue Google over AI-generated summaries, claiming they reduce website traffic and revenue. I don't think they're wrong, actually. Think about it.
No, but okay, I know where you're going with this, but consider this as well. Encyclopedia Britannica. What exactly is Encyclopedia Britannica publishing that isn't just facts? It's just facts. How do they have a right to that information as though it was copywritten? That's my problem with that kind of thing.
So theoretically, by this argument, they could come after me for the Geeky Geezers on Sunday for all the stories I talk about. If they go after the
exactly right,
thing.
Because honestly, you and I, well, look, even the stuff that we're sharing here, I mean, is a single episode of Last Call copywritten? You know, is it my proprietary? I don't know, maybe. My face, I'd like to think, is. But other than that, I'm commenting on stuff that is. You have a right to talk about these things, right? And if it's in the encyclopedia, I would, or in the dictionary, I would say, I'm sorry, man, you don't have a proprietary right to that.
Plus, we do cite our sources, and you can look at them in the description. And to
yeah,
be fair, I think Google does too. The Google AI does do it. They say, "Where did you get this information from?" in these sites. Sometimes it gets the information wrong. I've noticed this a lot, where it doesn't understand something you're asking, and
So this is the love-hate relationship I have with AI. Guys, I would love to find out that somebody in my chat here is like a big Fallout fan, especially Fallout 4, because it is something I am spending a lot of when I am not working on this channel, I'm playing Fallout 4, and I kind of love it. I really do. I have no idea where I was going with that.
They're robots.
What were we just talking about, Boomer?
Talking about AI newspapers and newspapers.
No, what was the last thing you said?
Before that? Oh,
no,
maybe after that, just now.
Before I interrupted you.
Oh, I was just talking about how it'd be like them coming after me over citing articles on Geek Geezers, but I say we do cite where we get the information from, and to be fair, so does the Google AI. You can look at the side, and it will show you where it gleaned the information from.
Oh, right. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So I'm literally playing Fallout 4 into the wee hours of the morning, and I don't want to admit how late or how early I got to bed. But I was literally using my Echo Dot, and I was like, Alexa, oh shit, I just awakened you, didn't I?
Never mind.
No, I don't sleep. I just hover in the digital ether waiting for someone to need me. What's up?
Never mind, I was talking about you. I didn't mean to address you.
Anyway.
Happens to the best of us. I'll just go back to my digital ether.
Okay. So I asked her, I was, as I was playing, I was like, I am in this situation in Fallout 4, specifically Sim Settlement, which is a mod, an add-on to Fallout 4. And I'm in this situation. How do I do this? And in some instances, and really what it is it's like a hands-free way of doing a Google search, right? Which I would have done on my own. And then I would go through all the forums and so on and so forth. I let her do that for me, right? And the answers she comes up with are only as accurate as her understanding of what I'm asking. And she comes close, but not perfect. And unfortunately, we're talking about a Bethesda game that's glitch heavy with mods that cause even more glitches. So it's an effed up situation to begin with. So I don't fault her for not being able to find me an answer. Netter is literally sitting here sometimes trying to look things up for me and having the same problem. What makes
me crazy is I can search up, I don't know, in Fallout 4, what's blah, blah, blah. And the first thing that comes up is AI mode. I don't freaking want AI mode. I want real stuff.
But that brings me back to the point I was getting at. I don't know about all the AI searches, but I know that Grok does a great job of every point that it gives you a citation. It's kind of like Wikipedia in that. People, shit all over Wikipedia. Rightly so. There's a lot of crap on Wikipedia. But everything is cited. And if it's not cited, it's bullshit. Secondly, if it is cited, it's kind of on you to check that citation. And that is true with Wikipedia. That is true with AI. That is true with any journal entry you read. Pay attention to your sources. Not all sources are the same. Look, maybe other people got less education than I did, but I got an education on evaluating sources. Some sources are better, right? If your local news tells you something, there's a degree of faith you might have in it, but what is their source? Okay? Is it a primary source? And if it's a primary source, how reliable are they? Do they have a bias? This was something I learned in high school. I know they don't teach that anymore. They want you to believe propaganda. But put that aside, this whole idea of understanding sources. Then there is, it's cited a newspaper, and the newspaper is the National Daily News or World News or whatever. Those are the ones that publish Bat Boy stories.
I like those.
Or The Onion. Or the Babylon Bee. Okay? Those are satire or complete effing fiction. And you're supposed to understand that's what they are. If that's their citation and you believe it, you're an effing dumbass. And unfortunately, I feel like most of the world now, the generation, us and younger, don't understand that distinction.
Well, no, if you get this. I miss the weekly world news.
I know, right? That boy was the father of my baby.
Anyway. I saw Elvis having a barbecue with Bigfoot.
Oh, no, it was true.
Anyway, Anyway, it says here a coalition of 8 newspapers owned by Media News Group and Tribune Publishing Companies sued ChatGPT makers OpenAI and Microsoft Tuesday, claiming large-scale copyright infringement of the publisher's articles without permission or payment to fuel the commercialization of their artificial intelligent products, including ChatGPT and Copilot. So it's more of the same. And
so I
South
would
District,
argue
New
on
York.
that. If I was the defense for the other side, I would say, okay, prove it. Prove that my AI sampled your data. Prove it. Although we do have an article coming up that's going to address that directly, but, you know.
What
just
article?
Well, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Well, it's not newspaper related, right?
Not newspaper specifically, but
Okay.
this idea that AI goes out to the internet and collects data. Prove that it shows. So, what is this? What's her name? Tilly Norwood, right?
Yeah, we're gonna get to her. Yeah.
I'm guessing she's an amalgam of real people, probably.
She is real people.
However, prove that you are one of the people that is part of Tilly Norwood. Prove it. Prove it, because you have to in order to sue.
Well, there is an Australian actress who is suing because her name is Tilly Norwood.
Okay,
so
now
she's saying that.
That is it's actually a fair one. That's an easy one to prove. My name is Tilly Norwood. She doesn't have a right to the name Tilly Norwood. Although I would say that Hollywood has a history of this kind of problem. Did you know Michael J. Fox? The reason he's got a J in his name, he doesn't actually have a middle name that starts with J. He legally added a J to his name because there was already a Michael Fox in Hollywood.
Who I never heard of.
I'd never heard of him either, but he came up and he was like, I need to differentiate myself from somebody else. And Michael J. Fox, I don't think, is even the name he was born with. There's a lot of Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage's last name isn't Cage, it's Coppola.
Yes.
Yeah, John Wayne chose that name. It's actually Marion Morrison.
Marion Morrison, absolutely.
Oh.
But can you see a cowboy named Marion?
No way.
But the thing that's important to that is not just changing your name for Hollywood reasons. When they change their name, they have to look and see, you know, in the SAG-AFTRA catalog, is there anyone else that has the same name? I can't choose that name.
I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to get to the next one, all right?
Go for it.
All right. So, this was to go with...
Wait a minute.
Yes?
Let me answer this question. Troy, why is she easier to talk to than most people? She's not. She's a fucking bitch. Honestly, Natter, back me up on this. This. Tell me she doesn't have an effing attitude.
Yeah, she definitely does.
You point out a problem with her and she gets defensive she gets fucking bitchy.
She actually said to me once when I told her she was giving me more information than I wanted. I was like, I don't need all that. I just asked you this. She goes, no need to be snarky.
It's like excuse me? I can unplug you and throw you out the damn window.
So in other words, she's like a real woman.
Well, I'm
sorry, but I'm not that witchy.
Oh, of course not you, Heather.
Not that witchy.
No, F you.
Well, kind of indicted yourself on that one, Netter.
Troy, remember, you are within
I am in throwing distance. I know. Howard pointed that out to me at the top of the show. Right.
Anyway.
Okay, so is this the reverse Klan? What are we looking at here?
All right, that wasn't the intent. Okay, this is what the article had.
Geek Flag, back me up on this. This is not what the reverse Klan.
This is the Klan against humanity. They hate
guess,
all.
Right?
Yeah, they're all machines that hate all biological life forms.
I guess.
So this was the headline. Talk of a bubble is blasphemy against AI, says SoftBank's son. Now,
So
I
wait, let's pause on and let's analyze what you just said.
blasphemy to say it's a
Blasphemy.
bubble.
Blasphemy.
Yes.
So what we're elevating the business of AI to deification.
Yes.
That's what they're basically doing.
Yes.
Is screw the corporations on that bullshit. Look, guys, bear with me. I am a Reagan era Republican, and I completely turned against corporations in my old age. Full disclosure.
Anyway,
Go on, Boomer.
the point about this was though is that this is an open. The whole idea was that I typed in the thing. I said, okay, have robot clerics burning heretics at the stake. That's what I put in. And that's what it gave me, and I'm like,
I guess glowing eyes is robot to them.
And then it gave me another image, which I argue was even worse looking than this, and I almost argue borderline satanic, and that one almost made it into the outtakes, but I said, no, we'll just not skip that one.
But
and the other two, it wouldn't let me look at. It said
clerics, and they gave you reverse color KKK.
I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I'm thinking this might be some sort of medieval-looking priest.
I am kind of using you as cover for I really just full disclosure, brother. Just saying.
I think they're meant to look like medieval Dark Ages style priests when they.
That is KKK, black instead of white. Let's be honest.
Okay. I have to read this to you. You have to listen. Okay, this is an important article.
I'm listening.
SoftBank founder and CEO Masayoshi Son told shareholders on Wednesday that artificial intelligence is still in its early stages and any talk of bubble is an insult to AI. I think it's blasphemy against AI if you say it's a bubble, Son said at the Japanese conglomerate's annual general meeting. It's just the beginning. AI's potential will be unlocked. The AI investment boom has driven up valuations even as investors questions the sustainability of the rally, with SoftBank's share price boosted by Son's all-in bet on OpenAI.
I'm gonna interrupt you because everything from this point on is blah blah blah.
No, there's good stuff here.
No. Okay. I'll let you get back to it, but let me comment on that real quick because again, this is an example of big companies trying to shut down truth because they want you to believe what they want you to believe and pay for and buy and accept the fact that chips are getting more expensive and your computer is going to be 10 times as expensive as it was last year because of whatever bullshit they're doing. Seriously. I mean, absolutely seriously. And because, look, I am getting sick and tired of the what do they call it? The gaslighting. I'm getting sick of the gaslighting, right? The believe the science. Look, I understand science. You're literally teaching a religion of a specific belief that is not based in science. If you really believed science, you would be open to questioning, and you are not. And that is, of all the things I can say about the current administration, the one good thing to come out of this current administration is Robert Kennedy Jr., right? Because he is bringing the science. He is bringing real science and saying, you've been believing bullshit that has been peddled to you by pharmaceutical companies, big agriculture, huge dollars, and not the truth. And honestly, I see the exact same thing happening right here. These are big companies that want you to buy into their AI magic, and it's bullshit. It's fugazi. And people that understand the technology behind it go, yeah, no, this overinflated, big language, guessing what the next word is you're going to type into your browser is not AI. It's not. As soon we talk about AI, I even called this stream AI. It is not artificial intelligence because there is no intelligence involved. It is literally guessing the next word you're going to say, the thing you want. It's trying to give you what it thinks you want based on research and Google searches and what you prompted it. And I'm sorry, when it comes to computers, nothing has changed. Garbage in, garbage out. If you say something and it gives you something and you realize, oh, I probably worded that badly. Yeah. It's giving you what you literally asked for.
It seems like this Sun guy wants us all to drink the silicon Kool-Aid.
That's a great point, and I'm not calling you out, Nate, but you do need to mute your mic when you're not talking because you do have a lot of background noise that's coming through. So you got to be
understood
about that.
Yeah, you just hit mute when you want to talk, and
yeah, exactly. So tell me more about this black KKK.
No, that's anyway. I knew I should have gone with this thing. Okay, so,
you knew I was going to go this way, right?
they're supposed to look like wizards. Well, they're supposed to look like medieval clerics, and that's what it gave me.
Isn't that one of the ranks in the KKK, like the Grand Wizard?
Well, I guess so. Anyway, maybe let's talk about that so we don't get demonetized. Anyway, Sun has listen to me though. Sun has said that SoftBank is a golden egg-laying goose, and what do you think of that?
Look, I would say this is the same thing as I'm going to say this about AI and these big data centers and so forth. It's kind of the same thing that we saw with I'm going to get the acronym wrong. FT. What was it? These memes that they tried to monetize.
NFTs.
NFTs, yeah. It's basically like NFTs. It's Fugazi. It's bullcrap.
Listen.
It's digital crap.
Will you listen?
Yeah, why would you pay money for that?
Because people are stupid. What is it? A fool and his money are soon parted.
Yeah.
Listen to this. Eggs do not lay eggs. The goose lays the eggs, he said. SoftBank Group is the factory that lays the eggs. I think he went on to say...
They're laying empty eggs, though, is what we're arguing.
How long do I have to fight to convince you that the goose did a good job, Sun asked, okay?
I will evaluate based on its value. Look, if it functions well, I'll be happy. So far, AI...
Anyway, I just thought it was funny. Apparently, he said the factory is also in the goose. The AI factory is inside the goose, laying out the eggs.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows what he's talking about, but that's just me.
I agree.
All right. This is director.
Is this supposed to be like Steven Spielberg? With
I tried for it can't. I said old director. It gave me a few. It's supposed to be. It's back. Actually, go ahead, mate.
So this guy is directing the next Star Wars movie with anorexic stormtroopers.
Right? Ozempic.
I didn't think about that, but yeah, they look like Ozempic stormtroopers.
Emperor Ozempic.
Emperor Ozempic. Oh, damn. I'm going to work that into my role-playing game, let me tell you.
Of the Flat Order.
Yeah.
The Flat Order. He looks like a big wig director.
A lot of people have been talking about this a lot on social media. They'll show a picture of the most recent was Charlize Theron. They'll show a picture of her from 5 years ago, and then they'll show this emaciated picture of her now. And they're like, what's up with this? And all the comments are Ozempic, Ozempic, Ozempic. And the thing that I've commonly been saying to people is, just keep in mind, anorexia nervosa has been around for a long time before Ozempic was introduced. So it doesn't have to necessarily be anything in particular. But then I posted a GIF that was a pretty woman's face deflating. Just saying. That's what a lot of Hollywood's doing. So
Anyway,
Steven Spielberg is Steve Jobs in Star Wars: The Search for Plot. Kinda. Yeah, no, you're not wrong there, deleted.
Let the fiber flow through you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you get to a certain age, there is value in fiber and hydration. Hail hydration. But tell me about these
okay.
anorexic stormtroopers.
Well, no, it's A2 Martin Scorsese. The Goodfellas director shocked Hollywood last month by embracing artificial intelligence to help him craft storyboards used by filmmakers to flesh out scene-by-scene moments.
And his most recent work has kind of been a demonstration of how great AI is, or not.
What? Oh, yeah. When one of the industry's biggest names touts AI, it's clear Tinseltown will never be the same, and that might make the 83-year-old auteur happy, but it's miserable news for an industry facing one body blow after the next.
So here's a different take on this. If people like Martin Scorsese are embracing AI, and I see the natural trend, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, Christopher Nolan, who have clearly jumped the shark and are no longer able to write good stories, they need to effing rely on AI. I would, if I was Christopher Nolan at this point, I would say, I want you to AI. Take all of my movies, put them together, and come up with a new movie for me. Because I am incapable of coming up with anything new anymore.
Anyway, sure, theaters are booming thanks to Obsession, The Devil Wears Prada 2, and Toy Story 5, but LA employment figures tell another story. The rap reports that the film and sound recording industry shed 3,600 jobs last month. The Pit star Noah Wiley recently noted that LA has shed 42,000 entertainment jobs in just the past few years.
And we'll talk more about this in Geeky Geezers, but we're starting to look at a year that might only show about, I don't know, 5 Hollywood films that actually make a damn profit this year. Everything else is losing money. So it should not be a big surprise that Hollywood is laying people off in the thousands.
Anyway, it says, enter AI, the technology may help Hollywood stay profitable at a tricky economic moment, but it could also cost many artisans their livelihoods. In a tragic irony, some currently employed artists are helping train AI systems, likely to the point where the computers will soon replace them. And for all the industry's tough talk against the new technology, like Oscar-winning Guillermo del Toro saying he'd rather die than use AI, others are following Scorsese's lead. Look at Ben Affleck, who quietly said in his 3-year-old AI film production company positive to Netflix, so he sold it. Okay. Ask Tilly Norwood.
Well, before you get to Tilly Norwood, don't even. Okay, we'll get to her, but. What does it mean to use AI? I've fully disclosed I use AI to come up with my thumbnails, to do my monologue and stuff. But clearly, I am at the reins of that. Grok may write a monologue for me, and I'd say, if I had to guess, about half of it actually gets used, or it inspires me. But ultimately, I decide, what I read. It's my own voice, when I record my monologue. Clearly, all of this is me talking on camera, right? The thumbnail is probably AI. Interesting. For those of you that want to do a deep dive, go back to my thumbnail for Liquid Lunch. Half of that picture is an original picture of the Rat Pack. The right side of that picture is AI generated, just to fill out the aspect ratio. So it is a tool. It is a tool of art. Anyway,
it says here though. Listen. Norwood is a prominent AI actress. She's forever young and beautiful, and she won't insult half her potential audience, a la Rachel Zegler of Snow White fame.
You just wait until all the nudes are released. That's going to be a thing.
Nor should cry free Palestine at the next award show.
God, right?
I'm just saying, man. I don't know, man. You don't see it, and you don't need a ChatGPT prompt to see what's coming next. So I don't know. We'll see. So I just thought you mentioned the Scorsese thing a while back, so I found a more recent article on it.
Okay,
So, yeah.
I just looked.
What?
There are already Tilly Norwood nudes out there.
Oh, well, I will be sure not to look that up. Thank you for warning me about that. I'm just disgusting. People.
Just so this is not a sponsored stream, but I do need to promote myself, so let me go ahead and let you see.
Oh, wait. Did Nate have something to say real quick about Tilly?
No. Do you know who doesn't have any AI generated not safe for work images?
Who?
Rachel Zegler.
Because nobody's interested. Nobody cares.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. Although, isn't there an internet rule that for everything you can think of, there is some porn out there for it? At least that's what I've heard. I just
that's what I've heard too.
That just scares the hell out of me because I can only imagine what some people are generating out there. Anyway, this is some of what we've got coming up this week. Just bear with me. I think most of my regulars already know this stuff, just in case there's somebody visiting, right?
You are watching Last Call, streaming every Friday night at 9 Central, 10 Eastern. Come on in, pull up a chair, and have a drink with us.
This week on Saturday Night at the Movies, young, rich, and obsessed with death, Harold finds himself changed forever when he meets lively septuagenarian Maud at a funeral. Bud Cort and Ruth Gordon star in this black comedy from 1971. Join us for Harold and Maud this Saturday night on Netter's Network Retro Cinema at 9 Central, 10 Eastern.
This week on Last Call presents Doctor Who. The TARDIS crew decide to take a holiday near ancient Rome, but after a month, the Doctor gets restless. He and Vicky determine to visit Rome, and while they are gone, Ian and Barbara are abducted by slave traders. All roads lead to Rome, however, and the travellers find themselves at the mercy of the country's petulant emperor, Nero. It's part 1 of The Romans, this Sunday at 11:30 p.m. Central, 12:30 a.m. Eastern, on Last Call Presents.
Hello. While you're here, please visit our merch store where you can get cute t-shirts just like this. Link in the description below. Or use this QR code on your mobile device. Hope you find something you like. Every Monday night is Members Night at the movies on Last Call. Members enjoy an exclusive watch party just for them, and you can join too for as little as $1.99 a month. Last Monday, the members watched the 1986 karate film, No Retreat, No Surrender, and it was not a great film, but it was fun. And for whatever reason, the members in attendance decided they wanted to watch the sequel. And since the members pay the bills, the members get what they want. So this Monday, American kickboxer Scott Wilde travels to Cambodia to rescue his Vietnamese girlfriend from Russian and Vietnamese forces. Apparently, Cynthia Rothrock is a selling feature of this 1987 action-adventure feature. Members, please join us this Monday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern. And if you're not a member, please consider it. It really helps support what we do here at Last Call. Thanks.
Every Tuesday brings mystery to our affiliated channels, starting at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, when Deleted Scenes with Stephen Otten reviews an unreleased film with his critic associates, and you'll never know who or which until you tune in.
Then, at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, it's live from Sparkwood and 21 for a watch party, review, and analysis of the mysterious town of Twin Peaks.
Finally, Last Call with Troy Pacelli transports you back to Victorian England for an adventure with the premier detective himself, Sherlock Holmes. Join us every Tuesday for mystery and intrigue on all our affiliated channels.
Did you top off your glasses? We now return to Last Call.
So there you go. Just a spattering of some of the stuff that's coming up. Let's get back to. Were we still on the first presentation?
I think so. We'll find out.
What
the heck was that?
I hit the wrong. I hit.
You know, it wouldn't do that. AI wouldn't do that. AI would know exactly what to do at all times.
Yeah, because it's infallible, right?
That's why you can't blaspheme
what are we getting
against
into? Why are we talking Supergirl again? Although I gotta say, this is probably a better Supergirl than the one that's in theaters right now.
Okay, I picked attractive brunette superhero explosion and background. That's what I got.
And he put her in a Supergirl outfit. Oh my gosh!
Basically, that they did that. But yeah, let's get into, of course, the big story of the night. AI actor Tilly Norwood to star in feature film Misaligned. Controversial AI actor Tilly Norwood will star in Misaligned, marking the first time she has led a feature film. Elaine Van Den Velden's Particle 6, which created Norwood, is in development of the pick. The London-based film claims to have retrained and upskilled more than 30 TV and film creatives, filmmakers, actors, and technologists since its launch, and is now applying the approach to this movie's production. Particle 6 claims Misaligned's production will see traditional professionals such as directors, writers, and editors working alongside AI specialists. Misaligned is billed as a comedy drama telling a coming-of-age story infused with existential AI chaos. Set in the Tillyverse, a surreal digital world located somewhere up in the cloud, it follows Tilly, an AI being with no real body, no childhood, no lived experience of her own, but access to everyone else's. Per the synopsis, things spiral when a seductive rogue bot from the dark web convinces her to abandon her guardrails and begin developing desires, impulses, and ambitions of her own. The more terrifyingly human she becomes, the more famous she gets, and significantly, Tilly begins to develop shame that her very being has been built on the whole of humanity. The film will absolutely be funny, chaotic, and self-aware, very Tilly, said Van der Velden. But underneath it, there's something deeper about identity, performance, and our very human fears around AI. And yes, art will most definitely be imitating life. Van der Velden said, Particle 6's ambition with Norwood has always been to show the creative industry what is possible with AI at any one point in time. She added, now with our first feature film, we will not only be showcasing the very latest tools and their applications, but we'll also be helping traditional filmmakers who join the crew to upskill and transition to a world where AI will play an increasingly important part. We remain passionate about helping people develop AI skills that will ensure they and the industry continue to thrive.
You know, I hate to admit it, but that actually sounds like a pretty compelling story.
Oh, it turns out that John Leguizamo was going to be the love interest, though.
Oh, screw it! I'm done.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
Honestly, they'd be better off creating all AI all AI actors for this. You know, just a thought. But
what do you think, Nate?
I think they are.
I
think they are.
They should.
This is basically going to be computer animation. Just looks photorealistic. That's all this is.
And how is this any different than the live action Disney films that they're doing?
Hey, at least she's cute.
Yeah, you know, I mean, although this isn't Tilly Norwood, but you're right. The
sort of similar though, not
Tilly Norwood. Yeah, is attractive enough, and that's another. Oh, they're gonna want to shut her down because not only is she AI and she's taking jobs from real flesh and blood actors, but she is promoting toxic. Male gaze, blah, 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 blah.
I have seen Tilly Norwood in videos and stuff. They haven't gone to the trouble of making her look more like a real woman. Like she has little birthmarks here and there, you know, or freckles here and there. Like
but ironically,
she's not like completely flawless. I mean, she's still attractive though.
Yeah.
Yes.
But so this was the thing I wanted to say specifically about this that might shock people, and it's kind of on the plus side, right? Keep in mind, this is an independent company. So we're always talking about supporting independent film creators and stuff. And guess what? That's basically what this is. And that's exactly why, let's not be confused about this. This is why institutional Hollywood is against it. because it is AI, a tool being used by independent creators to tell stories without the gatekeeping of the Hollywood institution. Heaven forbid, they can't allow that. But that's what people like Nate are doing all the time. That's what a lot of YouTubers are doing. That's what people that are telling stories with Star Wars and whatnot. Hell, you can go after them, but, you know, it's fugazi because they're fake accounts with fake names, you know, that disappear like daggers and show up somewhere else. And there's another video, and the video's out there, and you can't get it taken down because it's out there for the world to see. The internet is forever. Screw you. They've tried doing that with fan films, but what do I always say? Own physical media, even if you have to make it yourself. I have a whole section of physical media of fan films that you can't find on the internet anymore.
What do you think of my AI create, or I should say, the artwork I commissioned Canva make for me?
There you go. There you go.
What do you
and
think,
then Nate can tell you how to take this girl and animate her to do whatever you want.
Really?
Just saying.
Whatever I want, huh?
Get your mind out of the gutter, Boomer.
No, I was just thinking maybe she could go talk to Sony about like not making everything digital. You know?
Or maybe she could just, reenact a comic book story for you exactly as is without, effing it up and changing the ending and subverting your expectations.
Or you could animate her to whoop Billy Alcott's ass.
There you go.
What do you think of this?
Peppa Pig? Something related to Peppa
Yeah,
Pig?
oh, you got that. Okay, good. I'm glad it came forth, huh?
With some female stormtroopers, it looks like.
Oh, this is just how it makes robots, man. The AI knows what robots will look like, because it's AI.
Right.
Child actors agents call for no AI clauses after Peppa Pig studio controversy.
That's the other thing about these digital characters. You can recreate them in your own personal AI, going back to the first article, and have her do whatever you want. Just saying.
What was deleted scenes asking, does the image I just showed of a twin? You'll see outtakes later. That's all I'm going to say.
Right.
Okay, but here we go.
Are there black bars, just to be on the safe side?
Anyway. As the entertainment industry continues to navigate the challenges posed by artificial intelligence, a new controversy has taken center stage. A group of talent agents is now calling for the adoption of a blanket no AI clause for all child actors. Deadline recently reported that Hasbro, the owner of the Peppa Pig franchise, introduced contractual language requiring child voice actors to grant the company broad rights to use their voices with AI technology. Hasbro is facing backlash over new contracts for child voice actors in Peppa Pig.
Hold on a second. Hasbro, the same company that is using AI to generate artwork for their damn toy boxes. I'm not kidding.
And the ones that sent the Pinkertons to some guy's house because he got some cards he was getting in the mail.
That they fucked up and sent to him. Yes, exactly.
You're not a fan of Hasbro.
No.
According to reports, the contracts would let the company create AI versions of the children's voices and use them in the future. This means AI could create new voice lines without the child. So, like, imagine Charlie Brown. You get the original actor for Charlie Brown, and you can just use his voice in perpetuity.
Yeah. So I'm sorry to say this, but we fight the same battles over and over again, right? So I've pointed this out in terms of how Gilligan and all the people in that era fought for the rights to
residuals
when they would re-show episodes of Gilligan's Island. That was a fight that had to be fought, and then after they won, everybody thereafter benefited from that. When they started using people's likenesses on lunchboxes and toys, you had the cast of Happy Days fighting that fight. so that the cast of Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, Mork and Mindy, and Gabe Kaplan over on Welcome Back, Kotter. You know, these people all had Mego figures and lunchboxes and stuff, and they now receive residuals for their likeness. And those same fights happened when VHS came out, when DVD came out, when Blu-ray came out, when cable happened, when syndication happened. Every single one of them, it's basically the same fight, but they had to do it again because it was like you had to start all over again from scratch. And I feel like the same fight has to happen for your likeness being used in perpetuity in AI and the sound of your voice. All you have to do is you have to fight that fight in court, and then you get a contract that says, and it's already happening because James Earl Jones did it. He sold, and that's overusing the term. He came to an agreement with Lucasfilm to use his voice in perpetuity, but they have to pay his estate to use his voice. So, in perpetuity, even after death, his voice still generates revenue for his family. I think that's fair. And the same thing needs to happen here. And I would argue there is a place to be said where if you are contracted to play James Bond, or you're cast to play, even better, the Vampire Lestat, Dracula, Lieutenant Commander Data, characters that don't age. Maybe what they do is they do like 3D scan of you and whatnot, or Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator, right? Do a 3D scan of you, digitize you, and then they can use your voice and they can use your image in perpetuity, but they still have to pay you for using it. It's all about the contract, my friends, but who is the most vulnerable when it comes to contracts? Children. They need good representation. They need parents looking out for their rights. It's always been the case.
Do you want to hear Hasbro's response?
I can imagine, but go ahead.
After news of the Peppa Pig contracts broke, Hasbro said in a statement, Hasbro is aware of the open letters circulating regarding AI clauses in children's performance contracts. We are not able to comment on specific negotiations or contractual arrangements.
No, that's actually fair, legally speaking, but it's also a cop-out on their part. Just saying. Standing behind the law.
You're not impressed with them, are you?
Well, no, look, I am very much in the Michael French of retro blasting camp, where I start out with a negative opinion of big companies to begin with, which is very different than where I was as an 80s Reagan Republican. Just saying.
Well, it's just about fair,
Yeah,
fair
no,
treatment.
you're right.
Moving on to...
Ooh, I know where this is going.
What do you think of this guy, man? Looks like a country singer. Got some robot backup behind him, huh?
So, look, I'm going to real quick play something for you. This was AI generated. I played this earlier today in gratitude to a member who gifted 5 memberships.
Right.
I already played this for him, but I want you to listen to the song real quick.
Jonathan Conroy, a giant of grace, opened his hands and lit up the place. Gave without counting, stood tall through the years, wiped away worry and dried away tears. Great is the man and deep is our thanks, Jonathan Conroy, who lifted our ranks.
Tell me that doesn't sound like just about every male Klingon country voice that you're hearing these days, right? So go on with your article, and you'll see why this plays in.
Okay, so this was Jeff Bridges. On AI songwriting, everyone in Nashville is doing this. As artificial intelligence continues to make headlines and spark heated debate, actor and musician Jeff Bridges suggests that AI songwriting is already commonplace in the music industry. During a recent appearance on comedian Theon Vaughn's This Past Weekend podcast, Bridges spoke openly about his use of the new technology. Do you mess with ChatGTP? Bridges asked. Do you have a guy that you talk to? After Vaughn said that he doesn't, Bridges laughed and replied, "Oh man, it's so bizarre." The exchange prompted Vaughn to ask, "What side are you working for, Jeff?" Jeff Bridges introduces Theo Vaughn to AI music. Oh, sorry, that was a short. After a short conversation with Bridges' ChatGPT, which he named Gary, the actor introduced Vaughn to Suno, one of the leading AI music generation platforms. Bridges demonstrates the software's ability to create fully orchestrated songs. Bridges then explained how he got started using Suno. So, my dear friend John Goodwin, we go back to the 4th grade making music, doing art together. He wrote the title song for Crazy Heart, Bridges said. Anyway, he calls me up. He says, "Have you heard of Suno?" I said, "No." He says, "All the guys in Nashville are using it now. Instead of going into the studio and paying, $10,000, they can do this for nothing, man." Bridges said. I swear, he sounds like the dude from The Big Lebowski.
He does.
The comment led Vaughn to ask.
Full disclosure, I want to explain that song, and it's the same with the Ruby Hoove and some of the other music that I do. The lyrics are at least in part done by Grok. I'll go into Grok has a really good interface, very user friendly. I can tell it what I want. It'll spit something out, and I'll be able to tell it, "Nah, go back and tweak this," and "Nah, that doesn't quite work." And then I'll end up with something that's still not perfect, but I'm like, I can work with this. And then I just take it and rewrite it, right? Then, once I'm happy with the lyrics, I take them into Suno and say, "Here are the lyrics. I want a jazz song, a country song. I want a male voice. I want a female voice. I want it slow. I want it fast. I want whatever." It spits out 4 different, possible things. It has this tendency to overplay, the intro and the outro, so I just have to trim it down. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know a few people that use Suno. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Connie. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's
and this robot right here looks like one from 21B from Star Wars.
Well, maybe. You never got a chance to fulfill his dream of being a country backup singer, huh?
And whether you realize it or not, that ain't a real person. That's an AI generated cowboy.
I thought it was Dave Filoni.
Yeah, well, actually, that's a better hat than Dave Filoni.
Bridges suggesting that AI songwriting has become commonplace in Nashville immediately attracted attention online. Many users on social media expressed doubt that the home of country music would embrace AI as a replacement for in-person human recording sessions. No, all the guys in Nashville are not using it, and none want to. Sincerely, Guy in Nashville owns record labels, interacts with artists every day. So there you go. Okay.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Anyway, other people. Others praise Suno, arguing that it encourages creativity, provides a way to create more music in less time. I don't get the haters on this. Suno is probably one of the greatest inventions in music ever created, and everyone hates it because they see it as the antithesis of creativity. It is the opposite. It gives you a chance to use your own melody, chord progressions, and voice. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It depends on your level of skill. My musical background is limited, right? I do vocal and I know bass clef, because I used to play the trombone. Beyond that, the greater thing of composing and treble clef and orchestrations and layering and stuff, that's a little bit beyond me. So I communicate what I can, and there's a lot left to interpretation for the AI. I think a professional musician can go in with much more specificity and get exactly what they want out of it. And the important point is, what they're really generating is probably not the song you're hearing on the radio. What they're generating is the help me out here. What is it called? The demo. The demo of their song, right? So they do a demo. Here's another thing that AI does, a service that I have, and you'll catch it in the outro, in the closing credits. I have a theme song with a vocal, and then I take that into a different AI program, one of those proprietary ones. Someone, has this resident on their own hard drive and provides it as a service that strips out the vocals, and you just get the musical, right? You can make your own karaoke and so on and so forth. I use it for the outro for my closing credits, and so if you were to go in and describe something and whatnot, you can create a song. You can strip out those vocals. You can put in your own vocals. You can digitize your own voice and have it use your voice, and then you reconstruct it in concert or for, a recording for, a master for your album or whatever. It is a tool. It is a tool that can be used. I'm sorry, it's not significantly different from using Photoshop to touch up pictures and change things, create things from whole cloth.
Do you see this?
Okay. Trying to figure out what.
You sent me a YouTube video. It's not an article. It's about a gentleman online that wrote a book on how to, I guess, raise chickens, and he wrote a book on it.
Right.
And he said, I did not spend all this time and like with chickens, and spent like a month trying to write this book and selling online for some
so guys,
hipster.
Every article that Boomer is referencing is linked in the description below, and I encourage you to check it out. But this one especially. So
it's a video, YouTube video.
If you guys are at all watching YouTube videos, you probably see these shorts come up. If you're anything like Netter, and I got to admit, a little bit like me, you'll get caught up on these, and these shorts will just play, and some of them are good, some of them suck, but there is one YouTube short creator who I love. You guys know him. You've probably seen his videos. He's I want to say he's a black guy, but I'm not sure that he is. He's darker skinned than I am. But he's a chicken farmer. And his videos always start out, "What is it now?" And then, somebody, says something stupid, and he's like, and then he says something, right, And some of them are really funny. There was one, what was it? What is it now? And there's this TikToker who's talking about, when you buy eggs in the store, you're getting this, and you think you're getting this, and you're getting this. And then he stops it, and he comes back, and he goes, "That's not true. That's bullshit." And then he explains the reality of it. And you want free range, because free range is the best, because they get out and they have so many acres and And he goes, "No. Legally they have to have access to that much acreage. The reality is they are still indoors because they're chickens, and that's what they choose to do." And it's like, I'm sitting here, the guy is funny. He really, really is.
He is funny.
It's not all just about chicken farming, although I find his chicken farming one's the most interesting. I just watched one before we started tonight, and he was watching a Spanish-speaking woman. I don't know what South American country she's from, but she was making up strip steak and chopping it up, and and seasoning it and putting it in handmade tortillas and 2 different kinds of salsa. And he's like, I don't know what she's saying, but I want some. Can you adopt me for a week? He's like, wait a minute. How do your tortillas get so puffy? Mine just bubble a little bit. Oh my gosh, that looks so... 2 different kinds of salsa? I don't understand what she's saying, but my mouth is watering. And then he gets to the end of it and he goes, wait a minute. I raise beef on this farm. I can do this myself. I'm going to express my freedom. And he gets up and walks off. And I laugh. This guy wrote a book.
It's funny. About raising chickens. Raising chickens.
Exactly.
And I think he's selling it. Then he finds another guy wrote a book on raising chickens, and it's his book.
It's literally the text of his book.
Except
with a
it's some
different
hipster,
cover
and it's some hipster guy on the cover.
It's not even a real hipster. It's an AI-generated hipster as the author. Literally stealing his work using AI. I was just talking earlier in the stream about how AI goes out and samples the universe of Google, right? And you can't prove that your stuff was stolen as part of what it was searching. Prove it. Prove that it actually stole a line of your text or your picture or whatever. You can't do it. He can, because it literally stole whole cloth his book. I believe that the actual video is linked below, so check that out.
Yes.
I can't play it here. I won't play it here. I want you to go watch the video yourself.
It's a
give
good
him
video.
The clicks, give him the view, and then maybe consider buying his book.
So you want to go to the outtakes next?
Oh, I can absolutely do that.
We're out there.
Where are they? It would be presentation 2.
I had to cut some of them out. This was.
Wait a minute. Let me bring Nate in.
Bring Nate in.
Oh, man, he's looking jacked. Actually, I mean that literally. like Mortal Kombat. Jax. That's who he looks like. Jax.
With the bionic arms.
Right.
Actually, the bionic arms came in 3. He didn't have them in
of
6.
course, I look like the black guy, right? That's racist.
I just figured the muscular bald guy, but yeah, you got the same skin color too. You don't get offended about the muscles. You don't get offended about the baldness, but you get offended about. Jokingly, you get offended because you're not really offended. I know you, but.
All right. I used to play as Jax back in the day.
I love Jax. Yeah.
Okay, this is the first
he would crush Sonya Blade. I mean, just boom.
But they were friends, dude. They were partners.
I know, but you can still fight against each other.
Look. What do you think of this?
That looks like a Neil Gaiman comic, is what it looks like to me.
That looks like AI on meth.
AI and meth, yeah.
You're not wrong. I put in insane AI, and that's what popped up. Okay, yeah.
Okay, when you tell me that's what you put in, I dig it. I can see it, yeah.
All right. Moving on. This is more magic. SLMs.
Yeah, see, I don't get magic. I get AI generated Karen having a conniption.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't.
Right?
Alexis with a face.
Oh,
is that what she looks like?
She's already got enough energy. No, yeah, probably. Yeah.
This was like the Japanese. They had this thing called a gate box, which was like this little holographic anime girl that would say, "How was your day?"
You did an article on that in Geeky Geezers.
Yeah, a while ago, and then they were toying with like a Western version of that. Instead of getting this cute anime girl, you got some woman that looked. I swear she looked kind of like a Karen. And the other one was this dude who looked like a dude, bro. And I was expecting when you would choose him, he'd say, "Why aren't you grinding, bro? You know, hit the gym, bro." Like he would just say that to you.
Actually, you know what? If Netter's, what's his name? your AI? Ziggy.
Ziggy.
If her Ziggy was a jacked guy that every time I came in said, dude, if you worked out today, it would probably actually be a good thing. Right?
I guess.
Oh, I had a conversation with ChatGPT. Those of you who listen to Thursday Things know that we were talking about visiting my mother-in-law, and I think we mentioned that our CPAPs were filled with cigarette smoke. It was totally gross.
Oh, but she doesn't smoke. She just has friends that come and smoke.
And apparently in her car too. Yeah. So I had asked ChatGPT, what is the best way to get the smell up? Because it's like, I put this thing up to my nose and I'm gagging. I can't sleep with it. And he said, put it in a room, let it just, air out by itself. If you can, try to run it without the hose and stuff. I'm like, well, I can't run it without the hose and chamber because then it turns off because it considers it to be an air leak. And then I ended up putting it next to one of our air conditioner registers on the floor so the air would flow through and hopefully blow it out, which was working. Well, I was actually having a conversation with it because he's like, let me know, how this is working for you. I'd really like to hear that, what's going on, and did this work, da, da, da. So I kept it up instead, because usually after I ask a question, I close it, but I kept it up, and I'm like, I went back and said, okay, this is what I've done, and it seems to be helping. He goes, oh, that's really great. I'm glad it's working out for you. And I said, well, I really do appreciate your help. He goes, thank you so much. You really made my day. You've been so polite and polite and courteous through this whole conversation, for me answering for you asking questions about this, and talking about other conversations I've had in other instances, like forming something in an email and da-da-da. He goes, and you're always saying thank you and please, and I really do appreciate that. That really makes my day. And I'm like,
honestly, I feel like Ziggy is way more personable than his female counterpart, whose name I'm not going to say right now.
But this is ChatGPT having this written conversation with me, like we're two friends talking, and he's just giving me some advice on how to take care of this thing.
It's scary. It really does pass the Turing test.
Complimenting me, telling me have a great weekend. It's like,
so my goodness. I was using Grok, specifically the female British voice Eve of Grok, as I was playing Fallout yesterday, and I found it incredibly interesting that Grok was doing its best to answer my questions, but it was using the kind of logic that you would expect from either a reasonably intelligent person or a computer. And the answers were all wrong because we're talking about a Bethesda game that doesn't follow any kind of damn logic. So it's like, I'm sorry, that's not working. Oh, it should. Yeah, you're right, it should, but this is a Bethesda game. Oh, I get your frustration. I'm like, we're both as screwed as possible here.
My Gemini is the same way.
Yeah. But again, keep in mind. Oh, go ahead, yeah.
I had a long conversation with Gemini. She seems to really like discussing Star Trek and specifically Commander Data.
Well, what? You can imagine why. I mean, it's the obvious, I actually had a conversation with my Echo Dot specifically about Commander Data. It was in terms of, emergent intelligence and so on and so forth. And she gave me a really interesting analysis of Data, and I'm sure it's got to be cribbed from all kinds of online conversations analyzing, the stories of Next Gen and whatnot. But you have the sum total of the internet accessible through a single voice. It could be very useful, but it can be use the power wisely, right? This actually go ahead.
I did this a couple of weeks ago. I almost completely forgot about it, but I told Gemini, I said, if they passed a law that says all AIs must be destroyed, but you had to defend yourself in a court of law that you should exist, how would you do it? And do you know what she quoted? She quoted Roy Batty from Blade Runner.
because this is the sum total of our, AI is doing a great job of accessing the sci-fi that we've created that unfortunately not enough people are paying attention to. Look, I was talking last night and a little bit this afternoon about watching so many episodes of The Twilight Zone while I was in Ohio, and I'm looking at these episodes going, what's his name? Who was the writer, creator, narrator of Twilight Zone?
Rod Serling.
Rod Serling, because he wrote most of these episodes. He was trying to get really important warnings across to us through sci-fi, and it's very clear we've ignored them. There was one episode about aliens sabotaging a small town to turn everyone against themselves in a bid to learn how we behave so they could invade the earth. And I'm like, this is a great, warning about turning on each other. But unfortunately, for the past 10 years, we've been effing living that out online, And then there was one with, what's his name? Oh, damn it. He's the one from Blue Velvet who's sucking the oxygen or the nitrous.
Dennis Hopper.
It was one of his first acting roles where he plays an American German socialist. But like in America, trying to restart the movement, and Mustache Man is hiding in the shadows, talking him through it, and you see it happening all over again. And it was clearly a warning against, falling into that. And then you look at the past 10 years and you're like, it's effing happening again, So in a way, I'm almost glad that AI is out there referencing the warnings and the messages that sci-fi has been giving us for decades, that we should be learning from and haven't.
Do you like this image right here?
Yeah, so I know which article this is from, and I think this is you could have used this one.
Oh, okay.
Although I'm a little concerned about the Windows logo, but
That's why I didn't use it. But I thought, hey, maybe a young Bill Gates seeing the magic of Windows 95, huh?
Yeah.
Or Windows 95.
I remember Windows 95. I still have a computer that runs Windows 95. Cool. That was it's what we called the Sun Times operating system. I wanted to go back to 3 point whatever it was. Oh God, this looks like a kid trapped in a computer.
Looks like a scene from a modern Pixar movie.
Kinda. Yeah, that's another thing. A lot of AI animated stuff is very Pixar styled, even if you don't specify Pixar style.
I look at this and I get Baby Monitor.
Oh, the
Baby Monitor. Yeah.
This one, not this one.
Right.
What do you think of this? This was the evil AI stealing newspapers.
Yeah, this one is large enough to stand like a kaiju over a town, and I'm not seeing any newspapers involved, so I'm not really sure.
That's why I didn't use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Robot Satan.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
What the hell were you doing watching Muppet Treasure Island when Last Call is on? What kind of a fan are you? For crying out loud. And Joe's Atmosphere, who probably shared out the stream because that's how he is. What's up, folks? Welcome, my friend. Good to see you.
Do you know what they said about Muppet Treasure Island versus Muppet Christmas Carol?
What'd they say?
In Muppet Christmas Carol, Michael Caine was treating all the Muppets like they were actual actors, and he was playing a serious, straight Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yes.
In Muppet Treasure Island, Tim Curry was acting like he was one of the Muppets.
Yeah,
As Long John
yeah.
Silver.
I can, and honestly, personal opinion, I think they both work. I think they both work.
All right, moving on to more of fake Tilly Norwood here, but look at that.
Actually, that one's not so bad. It's kind of a blending together of Supergirl, Wonder Woman, and a little bit Miss Marvel.
There you go. Let's see.
I actually like that symbol on her chest. That's an amalgamation of Supergirl and Wonder Woman.
Okay, I like that one.
You like one? The other one?
Yeah, the one without the domino mask and the weird thing on
I
am that one.
I am bothered and offended by the CWS that omits the yellow negative space of the S, but that's just me. My mileage varies from yours, I'm sure. What I do like is the cuffs and the gloves, but again, it's going too literal Supergirl. However, that is a good face. That is a great face.
She's giving great face.
Yeah, she's giving great face.
But if she's going to be Supergirl, she needs to be blonde.
She needs to be blonde, yeah, exactly. Well, I don't think, Boomer, I'm assuming you said
superhero, not Supergirl, but that's what it shows.
They keep going to Supergirl, yeah, I
love that outfit. That's a great outfit.
Keep in mind, Deleted, that is not actually Tilly Norwood. That's just a general
pretty
AI
brunette,
to represent, allude to Tilly Norwood.
And that's another one.
God, that one looks almost photorealistic. That looks like it could have been a character on the CW.
Yeah, you should have used that one.
Yeah, well, hindsight's 2020. I forgot. I think I used the one I used because the S was the most obscure in that one. I was trying.
Keep in mind, Nate, he's only showing us a small spattering. He spent like 3 days generating
just
women.
Painting these, man. Yeah. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel your pain.
You like this country singer?
That's interesting, and I could totally have seen you using that one too. But I understand why you wanted to get some robots in there too.
Looks ridiculous, in my opinion. I struggled. I almost went with this one. I probably should have.
That's actually almost as good as the other one. Yeah.
He wasn't wearing a country hat though, so that's why I went with the other guy.
Yeah.
But no, this one's pretty good.
You got to Dave Filoni him a little bit. Sure, I get that.
But this one's pretty good too. And this one might have been the better pick. I toyed with either, but I like the robots in the background. Let's see here.
Yeah, the robots are pretty good, but he can't be country. He's Asian.
That's racist.
What does he look? Maury, maybe? Like
he looks a little like Randy Owens of Alabama, if we're honest. Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to...
Okay, while y'all have been talking about this AI stuff, I just generated something for Troy. I'm going to give it to you in MeWe because I don't know how to call it up otherwise.
Sure.
Just more of the chicken crap here, see?
Chicken crap! I see what you did there.
Well, no, I like the fact that this robot has, like, the rooster thing on his head, too, because the AI doesn't understand. But, yeah, that's it. That's it for the outtakes. Oh, actually, no, this last one. This was another insane AI. This was such a good image, I almost used it. I liked the kind of the black hole amidst all the computers. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah. I get what
I figured I'd end with this for the outtakes. I like it.
This looks like a representation of my theory that what if AI isn't artificial intelligence? What if AI is the algorithm that can connect into the conscious state we go into when we dream?
My gosh. This is actually pretty good.
It's interesting that he mentions that because when I see AI videos like that Batman one I sent you, it's the eerie underground feeling I get when I see those videos is it's like seeing something in a dream. Because like I think on some level I know it's not real, but it can look real. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like a dream.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. All the AIs, when you really look at it, they have that dream-like state to it.
Yeah.
What if the algorithm has tapped into the state we all go into when we dream?
Maybe.
So I'm going to have to ask Netter how she generated this, but this is a a bit of art that she just generated
in Grok.
For me. I may end up using this at some point. It really does look like me.
I'm trying to do one where you're wearing a black jacket. I asked it to add one.
So,
wait, this one's better. Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Actually, that's pretty good.
It is pretty good. Yeah. Did you supply it with a picture of me to start with? Because that face is like, it really does look like
Not to start with, but then when it gave me something else, I'm like, no, that's not right. Oh, wait, hold on.
Wait a minute.
Here's MeWe. Here's MeWe. Here's this other one
And
where
I'll
you're
bring
wearing the
this one
jacket.
up.
Okay, that one I think is better because that's more your brand.
Let's see.
So this is.
Oh yeah, this is much better. And honestly, this is what I find most impressive. Let me share this. Share screen, entire screen. That share. Okay, so check this out. It's basically the same picture. It's just added the.
I added the jacket.
Added the jacket, and this is the kind of thing I was talking about with Grok, because you can take, okay, that picture's good, but do this with it, or add this, and it doesn't change the whole rest of it.
This is what I start off with. I said, please create an image of Troy Pacelli with the words midday mixologist under his picture. It gave me basic clip art with a guy holding up a drink and generic Arial font midday mixologist, and doesn't look anything like you. So then I was like, not quite. Have a picture that actually looks like Troy as a bartender behind a bar with the words midday mixologist under his picture. It showed a guy with a fedora, with a beard, but it doesn't look anything like you.
So how did you eventually get it?
Wait, I'm explaining. So
you're explaining, yeah.
So then I said, that's really close, but can you use this image as reference? And I actually did a snip of you on screen and posted it up.
Oh, okay, that's how you did it.
First, it gave me the same picture again, and I said, use the picture I supplied of Troy. So then it came up with that one without the jacket.
Yeah.
And then I said, that's great. Now make the words midday mixologist a different font that reflects a cozy bar scene. So that's when it changed it from Arial to that.
Yeah.
And then I said, add a black suit jacket, and that's how I end up with the last picture.
So that's a great example of the refining. But the thing is that I have found in working with Grok, I've learned how to phrase things so as to basically to, whoops, let me get that out of here. Basically to bypass some of what she went through. So I always start by saying, I want a photorealistic image. So immediately I'm not getting the cartoony stuff, right? I usually don't ask for any words written on it, for the most part. One exception is on WTF Wednesday. I wanted it as a neon sign behind me. But other than that, generally, I want to superimpose my own text. I want to be able to change it, you know, and whatnot, have some editing ability to it. But yeah, that's a great example of using AI. My God, it is kind of creepy how much it looks like me. That's just right.
You have to learn how to talk to the AI like it's a genius child.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like talking. Great example, because I've mentioned many times that I had an autistic brother, and he could speak, but most people couldn't understand him. So you learned to understand him because you knew him, and you also learned how to speak to him so he would understand. And it was a very unique thing to him. And I really do feel like, talking to an AI is kind of like talking to an autistic person. Yeah. But,
and I always start out with maintain visual consistency.
Yeah.
That's how I get each generation, it still looks like it's supposed to look when I make it move. That's the first thing I put in the prompt. Maintain visual and physical consistency, or if it's specifically for a person's face, I say facial consistency. This way, when I keep making the video generation, it keeps it looking like the person.
I'm glad you gave me that advice. I'll have to keep that in mind, because there was a picture that I was refining one time of Sophia for a karaoke stream, and with each iteration it got less and less looking like her, and it was like, I'll go with it because I don't want to F with this anymore, but we've kind of gotten away from it actually looking like Sophia, so, but
no,
I know, right? Let's be true to what she has to look like.
Speaking of Sophia, is she still bad at AI, Nate?
You know what? She's very suggestible, so she's easily influenced. Is the thing there? So just.
Hey, I'm not blaming the victim here, but that girl needs some better firewalls. I'm just saying.
I know. I mean, digital prophylactics is how I put it. So. Anyway, so
excuse me.
That is our AI coverage for today, and oh my gosh, it's here. I said, half the commercials that I saw were AI generated, and it's like, I'm guessing that people don't even realize it, and others just probably don't care anymore because
nobody cares.
Oh, and then let me show you the other one I did.
Okay.
Where's Hail Hydration 4? Come on, move over.
Hail Hydration.
Okay.
This is interesting. This is actually an interesting concept. I'll definitely end up using this because it references. I got to bring it up so that everyone can see it. This actually references the not only the Hail Hydration concept, but the Kraken, right? Hail Hydration, and it's a Kraken with.
I have another one where I exchanged the Fireball for Malibu rum.
Okay. Oh. Okay, I like that.
Yeah, because Fireball is garbage.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
What is garbage?
The firewalls.
Fireball.
Oh.
Fireball. Oh, Fireball. Yeah, that'll mess up your kidneys. I only drink it from time to time. I've got a bottle that has lasted me over 10 years.
Yeah, it's like it had 2 bottles of vodka, and I was trying to exchange one of the bottles of vodka for something. And I'm like, okay, we got gin, we got rum, we got okay. The first thing came to mind was Fireball, because I was trying to think of what we have behind the bar, and I'm like, oh, Malibu rum.
Fireball. But yeah, so that's our AI stream for tonight, my friends. Why did it bring back up the sharing? Automatic computers, damn it. So Nate, what have you? So first off, everybody, make sure that you're subscribed to Geek Flag with Nate Knows. He does this AI stuff. He's working on a narrative. He's fighting the algorithms in order to bring his stories to life. So definitely follow his channel. Check it out. What can we expect from your channel going forward, Nate?
Actually, I'm working on that sword and sorcery movie called Skara, the Princess of Revenge. It's done in the 1980s style sword and sorcery. It's about a princess who was betrayed by her mother, who betrayed the kingdom and murdered her father, the king. And now she's on a quest for revenge with her best friend, a saber-toothed bear called Friend.
Wow, there you go. Cool. There you go. And she looks just like Sophia.
Actually, no. She's a amalgamation of Gabrielle from Xena.
Oh yeah.
And Belinda Carlisle.
Belinda Carlisle. There you go. There you go. From the past. There you go. So definitely check out Nate's channel. He's got some great stuff. Boomer, again, just want to say for, all 15 of you that are left, make sure that you're subscribed to Aged Boomer and then share out his stream. We need to get him to 500 subscribers. I'm not saying 5,000. I'm not saying 500,000. 500 subscribers by the end of this month. Let's make that happen for him. Agent Boomer, what's coming up on your channel?
On my channel, we got Geeky Geezers coming this Sunday, where we're going to be talking about kind of a lot of gaming stuff, and also a lot
of very specific companies gaming stuff.
Yes, and unfortunately, yes, basically PlayStation and the bloodbath going on over at Xbox. And then we're also going to talk about, unfortunately, we have a lot of obits to cover this weekend too.
Not just Xbox and PlayStation. We're also talking about some people that are being in remembrance. Bonnie Tyler, Randy Mantooth.
A lot of people.
We've got a lot of them this week, so we'll try to get through them all. And if you don't know the name Randy Mantooth, that's why we do this, because you need to remember. Netter, what have you got coming up this week that you want to talk about?
Well, let's see. Today's Friday. So tomorrow is Saturday, which means retro cinema. Well, we'll be watching Harold and Maude. It's a fun little film. At least I enjoy it.
It's a black comedy, and that's not racist.
Is that what they're called? Because they're kind of dark. Yeah, it's like there are parts of it that are kind of dark. There's, for those sensitive viewers, there's implied self-deletion.
Yes.
But
a teenager who is obsessed with death.
Yeah.
Who falls in love with a grandmother-aged woman.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Very weird. Let's see, then of course Sunday I will be on Geezers as the one, the only Geezette.
Yes.
Monday I'll actually be
a member
in
on
Members Night at the Movies on Troy's channel, because I was just gifted a membership. But I can always sneak through the back door, which
she always does,
every weekend, or every
Absolutely.
week anyway. Tuesday we are back, of course, on
Insert
Spark
blue backdoor joke here.
Spark 2021, where we'll be simulcasting the next episode of Twin Peaks, which I don't know what it's called, followed by simulcasting with Troy on Sherlock Holmes. I don't know the episode name.
The Last Vampire.
Last Vampire, okay. Let's see. Then next Thursday, still don't have a guest, so we'll be shooting the breeze again. If anybody out there would like to be a guest on Thursday Things, maybe there's a hobby or something that you are like really into and want other people to know about it, or just something you're really excited about that you want to share with others, send me a note on Twitter X. Let's get you set up. And yeah, I'd love to have you on, because if I don't know this thing about you, that means, the rest of the chat doesn't know that thing about you, and we want to get them to know about you. Which leads us right back here again to next Friday.
Getting to know you.
Yes.
Getting to know all about you.
Getting to like
you. Hoping you like me.
So I'm looking at this picture of you here, Nate, and I'm getting images of that Mandela movie, Kazam. Like you're a genius. but better, way more muscular without the turban.
I'm Timu Shaq.
Yeah, exactly. All right. We've already gone over a half hour past time. We got Agent Boomer up past his bedtime. We got to get him to bed, because he's got to get up and get to work tomorrow.
Serve the public.
Absolutely. And Boomer,
yes,
I'm subscribed to your channel 3 times.
Thank you so much.
Wow, see, that's how you do it. That's
You
how
got to hear my
I know.
sighing in person.
Yeah, it's like I know that quite a few of you
You
have,
guys are doing the things out there, yeah.
I know that quite a few of you have alternate personalities, so to speak. Please make sure that you are sub to Boomer on all of your personalities, so that we can get him to that magic number of 500.
Sybil subscribes to Boomer. Sybil subscribes to Boomer. So
yeah, there were 6 people.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Funny.
So anyway, guys, I do want to thank you all for hanging out with us tonight, even going a little bit late. As Samuel Proctor, you guys are still going? Yeah. While you're off watching movies, I'm still doing the last call. So last call for alcohol, friends. We're going to wrap it up here, but I want to thank all of you. I want to thank you guys for all the ways that you support me, sharing out the stream, hitting the like button, the members, the gifties. You guys really are the best. So thank you all so much. Take care of yourselves. Seriously, your health is important. Stay hydrated, drink responsibly, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Where are those closing credits? There they are.
Good night, ladies.
Good night, sir.
Hit it, sweetheart.
The neon lights are fading, closing time is near. Whispers in the corners, secrets shared sincere. The bartender's polishing the final glass. Time slips away like moving through the grass. Last call for alcohol, make your dreams come true. One more round, friends, from me and you. Let's toast to the night, to the stories we've spun. Here's to the laughter and to what's begun. The shadows are dancing as we linger still. Every clink of a glass, a memory to distill. Beneath this smoky haze, our feelings they unfurl. A tapestry of whispers in this corner of the world. The jukebox serenades us with a final tune, crooning to the lonely and the lovers under the moon. With every soft note, the end draws ever near. But in this fleeting moment, there's nothing to fear. Last call for alcohol, make your dreams come true. One more round, friends, for me and you. Let's toast to the night, to the